only one that holds you. I never ever should have told you you're my only girl. Never should have told you I'm the only one that holds you. No, never ever should have told you you're my only. Just think how long I've known you. It's wrong for me to own you. I can keep. It's really not confusing. I'm just a young illusion. Can't you see it? Hey y'all get in here. Hey. Hey y'all, hey. Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all get in here. Get in here. For those of you who are on Facebook, please click like, click share, hit those hearts, and then I want you to tag a friend in the comments because we're going to talk tonight. What's up, Instagram? Hi, Cam. Hey, Glenn Tavius. Glenn, I ain't talked to you in a while. We need to have a conversation. Make sure. Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome. Oh, my goodness. Welcome. Y'all get in here. Facebook family. If you're Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, please drop a comment or drop your name in the comments because StreamYard doesn't allow me to see y'all. Then we need to have a conversation. I haven't talked to you in a while. But y'all get in here. Kiss the grass and make them cry. You're listening to Georgie Porgy by Eric Benet and Faith Evans. Y'all remember? Kiss the grass and make them cry. Georgie, pudding pie. Y'all get in here. We're going to be starting in 3 minutes. So you have 3 minutes to grab a snack, grab a friend, and come back and join us, okay? Click like and click share. Instagram, share this episode with your friends and your followers. Send it to their DMs. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot to talk about. Facebook, let me know if the music is too loud. I'm still trying to work on levels and stuff because I'm not a producer. And I'm without my producer tonight. So y'all get in here. Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, what's up? So happy to see all of you. Get in here. And this is my song, y'all. You guys, we're starting at 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to grab a snack, grab a friend, and come back in here. Okay? Facebook, click like, click share. Share this broadcast. We have so much to talk about tonight. We're talking about Jungle Fever. Jungle Fever. Hey, y'all. Hey. Starting in 2 minutes. Angels. Hey, y'all. Hey. And I'm going to be posting the the link for the show in the comments. I'm without a producer tonight. She has work and schoolwork to do. So y'all get in here. Get in here. Click like, click share. We have so much to talk about tonight. Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. We are starting in a minute and a half. You have a minute and a half. Hey, what's going on, people? We have 1 minute. We're starting in 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. And it's going down. Hey, y'all. I miss y'all. I miss my DID family. I know this feels dead, but it's Dating in Dallas. I miss you guys. I'm so happy to be back. Y'all have no idea. I have missed doing this show. But your girl is back. You understand me? I'm back. I'm here to step on everybody's neck. No, I'm really not. Oh my gosh. Hey, do me a favor. Facebook family, YouTube and Periscope, please drop your name in the comments because it just shows me all the people that are viewing, but it doesn't tell me the name. So y'all, please drop your name in the comments or just say hey so I can see you. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Sean. How you doing? I'll go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Dating in Dallas. I am your host and the show creator, Thanny Shannon. Dating in Dallas is a show that I developed at the request of my friends and my followers, where I used to chronicle me dating in the Dallas Metroplex. But moreover, I cover everything life, love, and relationships from a Christian woman's perspective, because I'm a Christian woman. So tonight, we are talking about jungle fever, right? In this political climate, is it wise or is it okay to date outside of your race? Okay, that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. But before we get into that, I want to shout out all of my, I don't like to call you guys followers. You guys are my friends, right? You guys love me. You support me. Some of you guys I have we break bread together, we talk on the phone or we FaceTime. So you guys are my friends. So shout out to all of my friends on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope. Shout out to my friends on Instagram, and shout out to my newfound friends in Modesto, California on my TV 26. Yes, y'all, Dating in Dallas, we on TV. Okay. So y'all wave at them, say hi, say hey. We are in California, you guys. So I'm so excited. And I am so blessed to be just doing this show. I want to put in a plug. Hold on. I need to pull my mic closer because I feel like I don't want to yell. Hello, hello. So I want to put a feeler out there because I want to do a show on dating and mental illness. And this came about from my producer, Boogie. We had a conversation. And one of her family members gave the suggestion as a show topic, like dating someone who has mental illness or dating as a person who has a mental illness. So if you know, or if you yourself or you know someone who has a mental illness, or if you yourself have a diagnosed mental illness, whether that be schizophrenia, bipolar, schizoaffective, whatever the case may be, there is no judgment. I would love, 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 love for you to be on the show, or for that person to be on the show, because I want to have a real conversation with regard to dating and mental illness, because it happens. I have dated people who have mental illnesses, like they do. Now, they didn't recognize it, but it was textbook. But I want to talk to somebody in depth, somebody who is, living with a mental illness, that would be willing to share their story, share their experiences, share their perspective about dating and relationships, because it is a very different perspective when you are showing up in the world a different way than everybody else. You're thinking differently than everybody else. How does that play out in your dating life? So if you guys know of anybody who is dealing with a mental illness, and they would, or if you yourself are, and you feel that they would like to be a part of the show, please Facebook DM me, Instagram DM me, or Facebook inbox me, Instagram DM me. Okay, because I want to have a good show, and I know it's going to be a good show either way. But hi David. Everybody say hi to David. Hi David. All right, so let's get into the. So we're talking tonight about jungle fever, dating outside of one's race. Do you think that it is okay, or do you think that it is wise right now to date outside of your race, given the current political climate, given the current racial unrest, the division between? Do you think that it's wise to date outside of your race now? I want you guys to please weigh in, hit your comments. If you guys want to be a part of the broadcast, like come on and actually give your feedback. For Facebook, I'm going to post the link in the comments. It's there. And then for Instagram, you guys just please, if you want to request to be on the live, and I will absolutely add you. Hey, what's up, 50 Shades of Shay? What's up, boo? So yes, is it wise to date outside of your race? Now, I'm going to say this. The country, although we are still very much divided, and there's still a lot of racial unrest, there's still a lot of division, there's still a lot of racial issues going on. We're definitely more integrated than we had been, right? Because if y'all remember, hundreds of years ago, it was illegal for, two different races to even come together. They did it anyway, right? And I'll say this, if it were not for racial mixing or coming together, I would not be here, right? Because I am African American, but I'm also Puerto Rican, and that is a conglomerate of different races and cultures. But right now, with everything that's going on, is it wise to date outside of your race? And I would like to bring a different perspective, because I am of the school of thought, I still just believe in romance, and I believe that God puts people together. And I truly believe that if you allow him to, he will bring that person into your life who you're supposed to be with, right? So my question is, what happens then if the person that is for you is not your race? Like, let's just say, for instance, y'all, Theanie, me, your girl, the kid. Okay. What if, hey, Michael, what if the person that God called to be my husband was a white man? Like, what if he was white? Like white, like cream cheese white, like Wonder Bread white, like Docker, like Dockers and boat shoes white. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he was white? Do I stick to the familiarity of the experience of a Black man, right? Because the idea is, and it's been said, and I have experienced it, there are just some experiences that somebody outside of your race does not understand, right? Black people, we know what it is to be in the struggle, to deal with discrimination, to deal with being marginalized, to deal with, to deal with all of these things we know on a day-to-day basis. So who else to better understand that than another Black person? So there's that school of thought. But what happens what happens when you fall in love with somebody that's not of your race? Like, what happens? So Shay said, I feel like God would have to audibly tell me, Shay, so you tell. So Shay said the Lord would have to be like, Shay, Trent is your husband. She said, God gonna have to tell her. She said, Jesus gonna have to come down off the throne and be like, sis, that's your husband. I understand it. What I'm saying is this. If you have to consider what would happen if you did meet somebody of a different race and y'all hit it off and you click and things come together. Like, what do you do? What would you do? Would you stick with the familiarity of being with somebody? Because I know some people who are like, I will never ever date outside of my race. I will, and I'm going to bring in another topic, but I will always date a Black woman. I will never ever date another woman. I will never date another woman outside of my race. Now, those same people who say I will only date Black women will also make exceptions for Spanish women, because for some reason they think that Latinas are just like Black people. So they'll make exceptions, but absolutely they will not date white women. Same thing with Black women. I know some Black women, they will not date anybody else but a Black man. And so to that, I'm like, you won't even get to know somebody because you're just like, I am exclusively only dating Black men. Now, here's the funny thing. We have, there are some people who have that stance, right? But if a white person were to say, I will never date outside of my race, I will only date white people, that person, and you got to be honest, that person will be like, other people will look at them like, excuse me? Like, so there is a little bit, I don't want to say a double standard. I want to say that there's a difference of opinion when it comes to this whole thing of dating outside of your race. Because I feel this way. I have dated outside of my race. I dated this one guy, he was white. But he wasn't culturally, he was not white. I'll say this, because I used to call him Paul Wall. Y'all know who Paul Wall is, that Houston rapper, white dude, but he's really chocolate on the inside. Like this dude, I call him Paul Wallaby because he was about 6'4". Yeah, Kevin was like 6'4". Big cornbread fed football playing white boy. And he grew up around Black people. Like that's all he knew. He was adopted by a Black family. He grew up in the hood. Like that's all he knows. So culturally, he's very Black. Like culturally, he's very Black. In his speech, in his dress, in his tone, in his everything. And it's not even it's not even an issue of him faking it or him trying to be Black. Like that's how he was raised. So I've dated outside of my race, so to speak, but culturally we were kind of the same. You see what I'm saying? But I'm talking about and we hate to say it, but there's so many other races, but Black and white. Is it okay? Is it okay to date outside of your race? Given the political and racial and social climate right now, do you think it's good? So let's get some comments. Michelle on Instagram says, I'm not going to lie. I might pull out a fleece. I might pull out a fleece a couple of times. Okay, so you guys have to get the biblical reference. Okay. So she said, I've dated outside of my race before and we did click, but there were things I realized they just wouldn't be acceptable, or our differences wouldn't be acceptable. Um, so you have to take that into consideration. Like there are going to be differences, right? But are those differences ones that are non-negotiables? Like, okay, or are they things that you can work past or work through or look beyond, right? Because you have to take those things in consideration. So, for some people, they don't mind raisins in a potato salad. There's some people like, you cannot mess up potato salad. So what are the things that are the non-negotiables when you're dating somebody outside of your race? Let's get some comments from Facebook. Let's see here. Jean says, to me, it's about being in love, and it shouldn't matter about color or race. I'm just saying. So I guess in reference to the comment about if a white person were to say they will only date white people, he said, we would say they're racist, and that's why it's a double standard. And I understand that, because we have people who are Black and they say, I will never date anybody else other than a Black person. But if a white person were to say that, we would deem them a racist. Why is that? Why is that? Like, weigh in on that. And the other thing that I want to get into too is this whole notion, and it drives me absolutely crazy. When people say, and you see a lot of white people that say this, Black people say it too, but a lot of white people say this. And I think they do it in as a means to bring it together, to kind of show that they're an ally, but they say, I don't see color. I don't see color. So race doesn't exist to me. That's offensive to me, because I don't know if you noticed, I got color. Like, I'm brown. So you telling me that you don't see color means that you don't see me. What do you mean you don't see color? It's here. Like, I don't want to call myself colored, but I got color. So what do you mean you don't see color? We have to stop being like just fake and naive about the situation. Like, it's differences. If I were to date a white man, there would have to be a reckoning, an understanding. We are different. We were raised different. Our speech is different. Our upbringings are different. We need to recognize that and stop having this whole kumbaya. We don't see race. Everything is beautiful. Like, we are the United Colors of Benetton. Like, it's just, there's no color. We're just all one color. So everybody's beige. Like, no, there's color. That's the reason why this world is beautiful, because there are different shades and colors and races of people. So this whole notion of I don't see color, like, I think that would be the one thing that if a guy approached me that was of a different race and they said that, that's an instant, never mind. You have a good day. I don't have anything. I don't have nothing to say to you. Let's see. Let's get some comments from IGN. The stage has said it's not for me. It's just not my preference. I've tried in the past. One guy was talking ish about Black people being on welfare and how we all have multiple kids. I was offended. And that is offensive. Like, it's offensive. And the crazy thing is, and I guess you can call it a double standard or whatever, but I've made comments about Black people, right? But it's one of those things that's like, I could say it because I'm Black. You can't say that. Like, you can't say that. Like, you can't say it. I'm sorry. Like, it's just certain things, like, you can't go there. Let's see. So Raquel, she says, I think you're saying, I think about mindset about dating outside our race is one of the things that's wrong with the world today. Okay, so you're saying like the mindset about dating outside of your race. And for those of you who don't know, Raquel is my cousin, and she is married to a white man, and she has some beautiful children, gorgeous children. So yeah, Raquel, if you want to come on and give your perspective because you are married, I'm posting the link in the comments. So please. So yeah, I don't have an objection to dating outside of your race. I don't, because I think that who you love is who you love, right? Who you fall, your heart does what it does. And I think that when we put our When we put our restrictions on love like that, I think we ruin what could possibly be the love of our life. Like I've seen people like not give a guy a chance because of their race. And there was nothing else necessarily wrong with the person. They weren't, emotionally unstable. They weren't, they were gainfully, like they had all the things that, you would want in a person that in a relationship. The only thing was they were white. And so I tried to convince her, like, I get it. I understand your perspective, but what I'm saying is give him a chance. You don't know what could be. You guys remember there was a show that came on Netflix called Blind Love, or Love is Blind, Love is Blind. And so it was a dating show. And the whole premise of the show is you went on a series of like dates, but you could not see the person. So everybody was in these pods. And one of the couples that came about was this mixed couple. She was Black, he was white. And that was the one thing that I can't remember if they said it while they were in the pods and they couldn't see each other, that they were different races. I can't remember if they did. But I remember when they first saw each other, you could see that they kind of instantly fell in love, right? Now, what if she had the idea like, okay, I'm not dating outside my race. Like, I know I got to know this guy and I love everything about him. And, I wanted to get to know him and see where it goes and the whole thing, but he's white and I don't date white men. Where would she be? And they're very happy right now, honestly. Very happy. Let's see. Erica has said, I'm not restricting my love because of color, because of the color of our skin. We have to be open to new things and cultures. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. And that is so true. And I'm going to tell you what, we have this issue of race, but there really isn't different races. There's really one race, but different cultures and different nationalities of people. But we use race kind of interchangeably with culture and with nationality. But there's only one race. There's the human race. Like, we're all humans. So I don't want to restrict myself. I don't want to restrict myself in love, because what if the man that God has for me is, a 6'5" Asian dude, which is on average, there are really not a lot of 6'5" Asian dudes. But what if the man that God has for me, 6'5", Asian, right? What if it's a sumo wrestler, something like that? Like, and because I have this mindset, I'm not dating outside of my race, I may miss out on what God has for me. This is what I'm saying. And I think a lot of times it is not so much the conviction of your heart to say, I don't want to date outside of my race. The influence comes from society and family, right? Your family and your friends. It is that pressure of, you keep it within the race. Like you date Black men, you date Black women, you don't date outside of your race. If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. That kind of idea and mindset. A lot of the pressure is not so much that people have that actual conviction or that core value. It is a lot of times that I'm finding that they are afraid of what people, what society, what their friends, what their coworkers, what the whomever will say. Some people, and there are some people who are the school of thought that love is really not so much love, it's more of a business transaction. So in the business world, how is this going to look if I come to the company function or to the company whatever gala and I have this Black woman on my arm? How is that going to look? They have that pressure. They're worried about what other people think. When you get a chance, check out the movie Loving. It is about the actual couple, the Loving family, and it's based on their love story. She's Black, he's white, and it shows them in the 50s, I believe, and them and what they had to endure in their relationship to be together. Awesome movie. Good movie. Check it out. But this idea that and I find this because I've talked to people who are in interracial couples, it is not so much the conviction of their heart, and even people who have never dated outside of the race, the conviction of their heart is not, I'm only going to date within my race. It is, what will people think of me? Right? Because if you have somebody who's super militantly Black, right? Like, let's say Dr. Umar. I don't agree with probably 99% of what Dr. Umar says. But imagine him dating a white woman after he has spent his whole career talking about, and marketing a lot of his content about the pushing forward of the Black race, and demonizing white people and white supremacy. And white supremacy doesn't need to be demonized because it is absolutely horrible. Racism is horrible and it is a sin. But imagine him dating a white woman, right? The Black culture would be like, you done, kid, like you're a sellout. So my question to us Black people, let's say it's your family member, your cousin, your sister, your brother, right? How would you view them if they dated somebody outside of their race? Would their Black card be revoked? Y'all know the Black card, right? Because a lot of times that's what people are scared of. Like, they're scared that they're not going to be considered, they're going to be considered a sellout if they date somebody outside of their race. And they're scared of that because honestly, that's what we put out as Black people. Like, we do that to each other. We do that. We shame Black men who date white women. And I'm going to say this. There are Black men who date white women for the sole purpose of this whole fantasy that white women are submissive and docile and they'll do whatever you want in bed, and they'll cook you food and they'll listen to you, and you can tell them what to do and blah blah blah. There are Black men who do that. And then there are Black men who really love the woman that they're with, right? But we have demonized them and we have called them sellouts, and we don't even give them a chance to turn in their Black card. We snatch it, right? We take it from them. And we don't even know if he's really in love with this woman or not. Same thing with the sister. Same thing with the Black woman who dates a white man or a man outside of her race. We look at her like, what's wrong with the brothers? You have the brothers looking at her like, what's wrong? And I'm going to say this because I can say this because I'm Black, and I'm going to say it. We do this to each other. And on the topic of Black women dating white men, brothers, if you are so offended by Black women dating white men, and you're saying, what is wrong with dating a brother? Get to know why that particular woman, why she may have dated this white man. Because in as much as there are like Black men who date white women for popularity, to have an arm piece, to whatever, fulfill a fantasy, a fetish, there are Black women who date white men for some of the same reasons. And I've heard this said to me before, that they've been so disrespected by Black men, it's like, I might as well give me a white boy. And that is the truth, because we do that to each other. There's this whole campaign, protect Black women. It wouldn't be out here for nothing, because we as Black women, we are very disrespected. We are disrespected not just by society and a racist, justice system and a racist and classist system, but we are disrespected by Black men. We are. How many times have you seen the videos of dude, punching a girl in the face because she turned him down? I saw this one video. I was so shocked. This dude picked up a skateboard and cracked this girl in her face because she didn't give him no play. Like, you're not a man. If you hit a woman with a skateboard because she don't want to give you the time of day, you're not a man. But we deal with this on an ongoing basis. And it causes some women to be like, you know what, forget this. Like, you hear this whole thing about we have to protect Black men and be safe spaces for them. And, we have all that. And then there are Black women who are disrespected on a daily, who are disrespected on their jobs. And then they have to come into the community, into their culture, and be disrespected as well. So if you want Black men to be considered, right, you have to look at the narrative that's being put out there. Because it's not just, Black women choosing white men just because, they just want somebody white to be with so they can, whatever, have good credit or whatever, the stories that, people say. All right, let's get some more comments. Because I don't want to keep talking. So Glenn called BS on that. I don't know what he called BS on, but Glenn, you're more than welcome to come on the show and tell me what you call BS on. Okay. Let's see. Raquel has said, I would celebrate them for dating outside their race. I think that's one way to end racist mindset is to intermingle. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped over. I'm sorry, Erica. I didn't mean to skip over you. Erica said too much pointing the finger and placing blame on each other. We have to stop and love each other. Jean said, my sister was married to a white man until she passed for plus 20 years. My daughter is in a beautiful interracial partnership with a Spanish woman, and both relationships to me were beautiful. And I was proud and happy with both of their choices. Because to me, at the end of the day, I love my sister and my daughter, and I just wanted both of them to be happy. Glenn, Boogie just posted the link. Thank you very much. Hey, y'all, Boogie's here. Hey. Boogie, we thought you had to work, sis. Okay. There we go. Hey, March, welcome. Oh, my goodness. I'm missing all of you guys' comments on Instagram, and I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Lo siento. Lo siento. Hey, Wonder Woman. She said, but honestly, it's only one race, human. And there's different ethnicities, right? Yes. So scientifically, there's only one race. There's one race, human race. There are different cultures, ethnicities, and nationalities. So nationality is the region, or the nation. If you look at nationality, the root word there is nation, the nation that you're from. The ethnicity is the cultural background that you have. So for myself, my nationality is I'm American, but in terms of culture and ethnicity, I would be considered Latina, or I guess bicultural because I'm African American and I'm also Puerto Rican. So, just a little breakdown about that. Okay. And Wonder Woman said, true, but these young ones don't care. It's the older generations. That's true. That is so true. Young kids, they don't like right now, millennials, everybody just together. They just mingling. It's the older ones. It's us old folks that have the problems with all of this. Glenn, if you want to come on, I think you have to copy and paste the link. So Boogie put it in the comments. You just have to copy paste it. I don't know if you can click on it or not. StreamYard is very, very bizarre, but I think he popped in the room. Is he here? Yes, I think he is. All right, y'all, put your hands together and welcome Mr. Glenn Tavius. What up, Glenn?
What up, dude?
How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
So what's going on?
Chilling, nothing major, nothing minor at all. Slow motion is good motion over this way.
Okay. There's an echo.
I don't know why.
Do y'all hear an echo? I know I hear an echo.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay. I don't know what to do about that.
All right, I'm gonna leave out and come back in.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah, it has to be him because now I don't hear anything, right? Am I losing it? Y'all heard the echo, right? Okay. So let's see. Let's get some more comments. Boogie said, my point, I can't participate in this conversation because my point of view is different. Yes, you can. That's what we want. Different points of view, Boogie. You can. Absolutely. Okay, Raquel said, I started dating my husband because he was respectful in his approach and he didn't expect me to put out on the first date. I also fell in love with him because he put God first before anything else. My experience with Black guys, they only cared about the outward appearance and they made you feel unworthy. So that kind of goes along with what I was saying, that, there is this issue out there. There is this narrative that happens. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. Hey.
What's up?
It's an echo again.
I don't know what
It's you.
I got my earpiece in, so I don't know how.
That's your earpiece, I think.
How's my ear? Is my earpiece and it's in my ear?
I think it's your earpiece that's causing the
Hold on, let's see.
We'll try it.
Still hear the echo?
Hey.
Is it still an echo?
Hello. Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel like getting on my laptop.
So give you perspective and then you can get on your laptop.
Oh no, I'm not getting on my laptop. So the quick thing. Yes, I'm being difficult. Don't go there. You ain't talked to me in a while on the show. Anyway, what I said I call BS on was the black chick and white guy thing. My whole thing is we gave nobody issue. My main three: Hallie, Eve, and Serena. We said nothing. Well, I might have said something about one of them, but black guys didn't trip on that. Like black women trip on black dudes. Like I got a homeboy. He dates white women.
Mm-hmm.
I got homegirls that got mad at him because he said that's all he wanted to date. My whole thing is, like some black women say, they were mistreated by black dudes. This dude, every black chick he tried to mess with, gave him the runaround. My whole thing is, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna just do that because I haven't tried with every black woman. Like, but it's a thing of, like you said, it's your environment, it's your people. Because when you said if she can't use her comb, can't bring her home, I was just about to type that because that's something my mama always said to me. But I've dabbled on the other side a couple of different times because you play college ball, they come with the curriculum. So, but yeah, it's, like I said, it's that main point. Like I will say, we get more grief as black men for dating white women than black women get for dating white men. Like when them main, like I said, them three, because those are the top three we know that date and married to white men. When they all did that, most of the black chicks I know praised them for that. And I got homegirls trying to make it seem, well, oh, y'all be happy when black dudes marry white women. No, first off, because these black dudes get the most terrible white women they've ever seen in life.
True.
It's a code to it. If you're going to get one, she got to be bad. But yeah, that's all I want to say. I just want to come in and say my piece.
Thank you, Glenn.
See you.
All right, we'll talk after. All right, y'all. Welcome to the stage. I don't see her. Give a warm dating in Dallas welcome to my producer, Joy L. Foreman, aka Boogie. Hey, Boogie.
Hey, I know my screen is off and it's froze on here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say this. I look rough, so that's why my screen is off. The reason why I say my viewpoint is different, it's not necessarily different because I know a lot of people have probably heard it and understand. My issue with the dating outside of the race is only when someone bashes the other race.
What do you mean?
That make sense? Like, okay, we know and we've all seen and we've heard when black men date, I only date white women because black women are bitter, black women are angry, black women talk too much, they ghetto, they loud. that
Mhm.
same narrative. That's what you hear a lot about. I rarely hear, that it's just my preference or I quote unquote don't see race. I fell in love with who I fell in love with. You rarely ever see that. I rarely ever see, and I could be wrong, but this is my
Mhm.
opinion. I rarely ever see a black woman say, "Oh, well, no, I'll take that back. I lie." Black women do it too. You know, all black men are dogs. They trifling, they this and that. So that's why I got me a white man. That's
Mhm.
where my issue lies. Now,
Okay.
story time. My son, a few years back, started dating this Caucasian girl,
Mhm.
and at that time, I was extremely militant. People may think I'm militant now, but I was really militant back then, to where the dad and my husband was like, you might as well be a part of the Black Panther group, because it was like, I'm like, no way, no, because I had the stereotype in my mind that because I've seen it actually happen to
Mhm.
some of my friends, that if she gets upset because he won't do what she want him to do, then she gonna cry something. I'm not
Mm.
gonna say the R word. I'm not gonna
Mm.
say,
Yeah.
or that he beat her or something like that. And I'm like, I'll be in jail. I'll be under somebody's jail for killing somebody's child.
Right.
So, you know, what ended up happening was, as they were dating, um, I'm not gonna put my son's business out there, but let's just say he is a rare breed to not do certain things that the children are doing at a young age. Y'all put that two
Okay.
and two together.
Okay.
And he decided to not do that because, like he said, when you do things like that, there's a large, huge responsibility that can come if it happens. Y'all feel me? Y'all get what I'm saying? You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she didn't like that. So, of course, she started bed hopping, and it was only black boys.
Wow.
So he got his heart broken, and now he's at this point to where it's like, you know, she done scarred him, because now that's how he classified that particular group of girls or women.
Mhm.
And of course, I was shouting and praising the Lord. I'm sorry. It's just like I said, if she can't use a comb, don't bring her home. But I'm gonna support you if you decide to, as
Mhm.
far as with my children. But make sure you do it for the right reasons. Don't do it because, you know, a black woman done did you wrong. Not all black women are bad.
Right.
No. Now, as for me, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and log out and get off of here, because you're gonna kick me off.
Oh
I
Lord.
can't do pink meat. Y'all go ahead and have a blessed day.
Oh God, I can't. She knew, and she got off real quick because she knew I was gonna boot her off. Um. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Boogie. So what she's saying is she doesn't have a problem with interracial dating. She has a problem if there's interracial dating, and the reason why they're dating that person is they're sticking to the narrative of, what, let's say it's a black man dating a white woman. Well, I only date white women because white women treat you better. Black women are angry, bitter, nasty, disrespectful, loud, that kind of thing, and vice versa. So, that is her perspective. Like, date whoever, but if you're going to date them because that's your preference, not because, you have this idea that the race that you are a part of, you're looking at them in a negative light, because not all black women are, of course, not all black women are bitter and nasty and loud and disrespectful. And, not all black men are dating white women because, they're more docile, they're more submissive, they're whatever. Like, there are actually some people who actually fell in love. And to be honest with you, if you look at my family, I wish I had a picture of, did a group family picture a couple of years back, and several generations of people, and we look like United Nations, because I think I was the only one besides my brother. His first set of children are black, but everybody else, all my nieces and nephews are beige. They are biracial. Um, and a large part of my family, like Raquel, she's my cousin. She married a white man. They got some beige babies. Like, our family, my family wouldn't be my family if it wasn't for, people of different races coming together. So I dare not say, you should not date outside of your race. I think that, to me, it's the intent of the heart. Why are you doing it? Are you dating this person because you genuinely love them? Because, well, do you love them, or do you want to get to know them? Is there a connection? Do you click? Or are you dating this person for a come up? Because let's do this. So Glenn brought up Serena, Eve, and I think he said Halle Berry. And some black people don't even count Halle Berry because Halle Berry herself is biracial. Nevertheless, there are some people that look at them, and like he said, there are black women who praise them for dating or for marrying white men. And then there are some people who saw that, and I'll tell you this: a lot of black women praise them for dating white men, and said that they upgraded because these men are like Eve's husband is a billionaire. He comes from old money, right? He didn't get his money from tech startups or whatever. His money is generational. So he came from that long money, what we call it, right? Same thing with Serena Williams. Like, their husbands are considerably more wealthy than they are. And they had wealth in their own right, but their husbands are very successful and very wealthy. So there are some people that think that they got with them for the upgrade. Like, there are some people that think that Eve is with her husband because he's a billionaire, or there's a large part of their relationship was because of that. Right now, I've seen her and the husband together. Like, you can tell that there's love there. Like, you can tell she genuinely loves him, and he is like head over heels. He loves Eve too. He loves Eve, loves her. His kids love her, so, they're a family. But bringing those three women in, there are some people who feel like, they did it for the come up. They did it because, for financial stability, for, to have some coin, to have the finer things in life. And the one thing that I applauded Serena Williams, her husband, what he did was, because he is the CEO, no, he was the CEO of a corporation. And to bring more diversity to the company, he resigned from his position to give way for a qualified person of color to be in that position. Because he said, my wife is a black woman. My daughter is black. I see the discrimination and the racism that they're going through. And the only way to break some of this is to see people of color in positions of power. So they have a seat at the table to show, like, we are just as, if not more, intelligent, and have the business acumen, and have the know-how, and have the decorum, and have the have all of the things that would qualify a person to be, let's say, the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. So he stepped down from his position to give way for a person of color to do that. Now, he did that, and it's just like, it's a catch-22, because you had some people that were praising him, and I applauded him for that, right? But then you had some people like, oh, he just did that he just did that because he got a black wife. Well, what else? What else? What else do you want from him? Like, yes, he has a black wife, and he had the mindset like, okay, the only way that things are going to change, he's like, I had to do my part. He's only one person. And so, he was like, he didn't even need the job. He's a millionaire. He didn't need the money. He didn't need to be in that position. But he knew that in order to change the tide and to start to change the narrative and to change the perceptions of Black people in positions of power, or to have people of color in positions of power. So he gave up his position, resigned, so somebody of color can be in that position. And they dragged him for it. So it's like, darned if you do, darned if you don't. It's just ridiculous. And so that's why I always say, like, you're not going to please everybody. And nor should you have to, nor is it your business to have to do that. When it comes to race and dating, you have to love who you love. Do not limit yourself because of race. Do not limit yourself and block what could possibly be a blessing to you, right? Because you are hung up on the narrative of race. Because like I said earlier, what I'm finding is that this whole idea of only dating within your race, it's not a core value of people. Like, they don't at their core believe that they should only date within their race. The reason why they have that is because of pressure from family and society, and because racism exists in this country, and because of how Black people are treated. Okay, they're going to be treated even, you know what I mean, even worse if they're dating outside of their race. So it's not so much that there is a core value of like that racial exclusion. It's more of being worried about what people think, being worried about what your family's going to say, being worried about what society's going to say, being worried about what your coworkers are going to say, you know. And it's a shame to say it, but there are some people who have been passed over for positions, right? Promotions, because they're in an interracial relationship. And it's a sad commentary, but it has happened. Just from, and their personal life has nothing to do with how they handle business. They're qualified to do the job, to receive the promotion, but because they were dating somebody outside of their race, they were passed over for a promotion because of race. So I understand people having to make those hard decisions. And in as much as it's hard, that's where the conviction of your heart sets in, and you have to do and follow your heart. Like, I know we're not supposed to be so emotional and lead with our heart and our emotions. I understand that and I get that. But at the same time, your heart knows what it knows, and it loves who it loves. And if you find yourself in a position where you are falling for somebody and they are of a different race than you, then allow it to happen, because it's for a reason. Like, nobody drugged you. Nobody put a gun to your head. Like, you know, like, your heart, allow yourself the opportunity to experience it. Now, let's say you get to know that person and they're a complete jerk, an idiot, or whatever, and it just didn't work out. That's cool. It happens. It'll happen. It could happen to me, and it has happened to me, where I've dated Black men and they were complete idiots or jerks or whatevers, right? And they did, you know, that's it. We're done, right? So it can happen within your race, but at least allow yourself the opportunity to experience love, to experience it in a different way. And then to stop with this narrative that I don't see color, because you do see color. And you have to understand, and I'm going to say this to white people, when you say that, that is offensive, because it's almost like you're excluding who I am. You don't see color means you don't see me. I'm a Black woman. I'm brown over here. Like, so you saying you don't, when you see me, you don't see that I'm a Black woman? Like, stop. You're deluding yourself. We have to stop with the delusions. Be honest and open with your communication. If you're dating somebody, or you want to date somebody, you need to have those open and honest conversations, right? Specifically about like culture. And you have to give, and Sugar Chef made a very good point. You have to allow yourself the opportunity to love with different eyes, and allow yourself the grace. Allow yourself the grace and allow that person the grace. Because in as much as it might be new to you to date outside of your race, it's probably new to them to date outside of their race too. So there's going to be differences. There's going to be differences of opinion, differences of culture, differences of core values, of beliefs, all those things. That's why you have to communicate and have those hard conversations, or have those funny conversations like, babe, we don't put raisins in potato salad. Like, babe, macaroni and cheese is baked macaroni and cheese. Like, we don't do this whole craft thing that y'all got going on. Like, that kind of thing. Like, those experiences make a relationship more rich, because there's depth there, there's substance there, because you're exchanging cultures, you're getting to know one another, right? So don't cut yourself off. And I'm not saying go out there and exclusively only date outside of your race. What I'm saying is be open to it if it does happen. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. I want to get a comment from Sugar Chef. Y'all check out Sugar Chef on Instagram. He has become a good friend of mine. We talk. He is so funny, and he has a podcast, right? And I just interviewed for it over the weekend. But you guys check him out on Instagram. He is at Sugar Chef, SUGACHEF, Sugar Chef. Check him out. He's dope. Okay, I want to get his comment though. He said, why turn down a great person or the person that God sent for you because they're not the same color? Hello. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I can't say I am an expert at dating, because I'm not. When I speak from experience. So when I give any kind of advice or any kind of feedback, it's from experiences that I've had. Y'all know that, and I'm very transparent. And so I have to even catch myself, like, don't cut yourself off. Don't limit yourself. Because honestly, when you limit yourself in that, you're almost kind of limiting God as well. Because it's like, you don't know what he has in store for you. You don't know what's going to happen. But if you have this narrative in your mind, this criteria in your mind of what it is, you block yourself off. All right, let's bring Joy back in. Boogie. Hey, girl.
Okay. In response to that, mine is opposite. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I could have probably lost a lot of my blessings because I just cannot, and I'm saying I cannot, I'm not going to say never, but at this moment in this current climate, I'm tired of trying to black explain everything people of the Caucasian persuasion. And if there are any white people here, I do apologize. Please don't take offense to what I'm saying. I'm just speaking for myself. And so to me, if I'm in a relationship with someone, I want to be able to speak about everything and know that this person in some shape, form, or fashion can relate to what I'm going through. I do not feel that if I'm in a relationship with a white person, and let's say that day I was called everything but the child of God, every N word, every black, because I work customer service. And how can I know that person will be empathetic to what I'm going through, but you still can't relate. This reminds me of the movie Something New with Sanaa Lathan. And I can't remember that guy's name, but he's cute. But I it's like I understood where she was coming from, but eventually, they got together, whatever, love beats all, let the heart think for you, and blah fairy tale. But to me, that is just in this climate right now at this moment, I just can't, I don't feel like I would be comfortable.
Okay.
Having those type of conversations, because right now I'm tired talking to a random Joe trying to explain to you that yes, racism is real. Yes, racism exists. How can you tell me that it doesn't when you don't experience it? So to be in a relationship with someone, that would be just uncomfortable. And I don't think that I would be able to be my complete self, because the way I speak, as you all know, I have no filter. I don't sugarcoat anything.
None.
So if I walk in the house pissed off and I'm talking about this person that said this and that, I don't want to have to be able to bite my tongue because I don't want to offend you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me. But but that's also, I can't date black dudes that don't think racism is real, but that's a whole nother topic.
So then my question to you is, so you're saying because of the climate and what's going on right now, so would you say that you're allowing the climate to dictate?
I guess you can say that. I'm just, it's like, I guess, and I know I'm not the only person. It's tiring.
Yeah.
It's tiring being black. It's tiring being a woman. It's tiring being a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like when I'm in a relationship, I want that to be my safe space,
mm-hmm.
to where I don't have to explain anything to you, or try to make you understand,
mm-hmm.
what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't have time for that.
Mm-hmm. What if it were a situation where, because I've had this said to me, one of my friends dates a white man, and she says, not that colored, that whole thing of I don't see color, but she says with him, I can just be myself. Like I could be angry, pissed off about George Floyd, about Breonna Taylor. I could be pissed, be whatever. And he is my safe space. Like he allows me to feel what I feel, my emotions, everything, and allows me to do that. Like I don't have to always be, because I think a lot of times, especially with Black women, we feel like we have to be on, because that's what society expects us. We have to be on target, on point, on all the time, and to be ready with answers and explanations. And she said with him, I don't have to be none of that. I could just be myself. Like I can be weak. I could be a crying, bawling mess. I could be whatever. You know what I mean? So not that she necessarily has to Black-splain everything to him, because she says, and I tell him this, not everything is, you're not going to understand everything. You're not going to be able to relate to everything, but I just need you to be there for me when I need you, and vice versa. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I say I probably am. Well, I ain't dating anyway, so God, he ain't sending nobody my way, because
I pray the Lord send you a tall white man. No, I'm just praying.
No, my prayer is a tall Pacific Islander, honey. But that's a whole nother topic.
She is so stuck on these Pacific Islanders. I'm gonna need her to stay off of TikTok.
Give me a Lord. I had a thing for Pacific Islanders before TikTok. Okay, let's just get that straight. But I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right. I guess society is dictating, if I decide to date, who I would decide to date. Mm-hmm. And that's the issue that I have to work out. But at this present moment, if I was ready to start dating, I just could not see myself dating someone that's of a different persuasion, mm-hmm. other than Black or brown.
And I'm gonna tell you, and Boogie, you know this because you and I talk, but I dated a Black man, right? And
you dated a Black man? You dated several Black men?
I dated several Black men, but the Black man that I'm speaking of in particular, I had to explain to him that there is racism in America, and that the very racism is institutional at its core, and it prevents people of color from progressing and moving forward. Like, and his argument was, well, that's not true for Black people, because I have family members that have owned grocery stores and car dealerships. And I'm like, boy,
see, I said that I couldn't.
So because your family got a grocery store or a car dealership, so because they got it, so there's opportunities for all Black people. I said, so what about the Black people who their loans are disqualified and turned down simply because their name is Black, or they got turned down for jobs because their name sounded Black? But all Black people have the same opportunity to progress, right?
I can't do that either.
I like, that's why I say, like, I would I received it from within the race, you know. I think
Mhm.
my whole thing is, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I would date a white man who was culturally white. So the dude I dated before, Paul Wall, he was not
Uh-uh.
culturally, he was not white.
We talked about
Um,
that yesterday.
yeah, he was not white. But I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could. I mean, I don't know. I know for myself, I don't want to limit myself because I've done it to myself so many times before where I have said it has to be this. And because it had to be that, I overlooked everything else and missed my blessing. I've done it, and not just in dating, in jobs and careers, and like, you know, and I don't want to do it anymore. I'm of an age where I'm open to what God has for me. And even if I don't know what that is yet, I know I'm scared to not be open and miss out on something that I'm supposed to have.
But
Because
if it's
I'm
meant
just
for
tired of
you,
missing out on stuff.
if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. And you know the way my guy work, he has a sense of humor. So I'm sitting here saying all this, and 9 times out of 10, watch, it's gonna be the whitest of white country cornbread fed white boy I'm end up being with.
Y'all, and I'm gonna take so many pictures at the wedding, like,
And I'm gonna be all in love and just a split, girl.
all in love. I got
But
a white man. Oh, Boogie, Sugar Chef said, "Hey, Boogie."
hey, baby,
Oh my gosh! All
what's
right, but do you have
poppin'?
anything to say before we end? Anything else to
Um,
say? I should say.
y'all gonna see my face. I'm gonna do something to my face next week, so y'all gonna see my face. The last 2 Tuesdays, y'all hadn't seen my face. But no, I don't have anything else.
Well, thank you so much for your input.
Bye. See, I came right as soon as I clocked out. I came right up here.
You
Just
did. You
see,
did.
see, this girl here is loyal,
You
loyal.
are. You are. My favorite is producer. My
I'm the
only
only
producer.
girl. What you talking about?
You only
Number
producer.
one and only.
I ain't gonna tell y'all. I ain't gonna put it out there.
Put me out what? Go ahead, so
I
I
ain't
can
gonna
be
put you out
nice.
there. I was just saying how territorial you are.
Oh, very much so, girl. I ain't ashamed. That's mine. Not crazy.
All right, bye, Felicia. I'm kicking you off.
Bye.
Bye. I can talk like that to her because literally 5 minutes after this is over, we're gonna talk again anyway. So anyway. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Mo Dimple's in the building. Hi, honey. Hey, I'm missing like all these people. Hey, Cecilia. Hey, Kiwi. Okay. I want to make sure I acknowledge everybody. I'm behind the 8 ball here with not in the beginning when not having everybody here. Let's see. Noelle said, when did dating get so hard? Girl, Noelle says, let me tell you, I'm trying to get to the chip. I'm trying to get to where you are, marriage. You understand me? Because this whole dating, this is not for the kid. Like this whole dating scene and trying to get to know people and dealing with clownery and people ghosting you or it's annoying. And you would think the older you get, the more settled, seasoned, and mature. Not so. It's the old fools. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. Was getting to know and starting a relationship with somebody 46 years old, right? Acted a complete fool and idiot, and at 46, ghosted me. Why? You 46 years old. You mean to tell me that as a man, you can't say whatever it is that was not working for you and just, bow out gracefully? You don't have the respect or the dignity to say anything, right? Now, there is somebody that I've known for about 2.5 years now. He is, I think, 12 years younger than me. He has more maturity than the 46-year-old ever could. Like this guy's been, I've known him for about 2.5 years, and he's like, I've been waiting on you. And I've told him the only reason why I haven't like really moved forward was because to me, I thought I was too old for him. He was like, nah, you should have said that like 2.5 years ago when we first met. He was like, no, I'm invested now. Like, no, I don't care about your age. Like, and he has his stuff together. He is a burgeoning entrepreneur. He has a business plan. He's saving. He's a hustler. He has all these different jobs and positions because he's trying to get himself in a position to do what he wants to do. So he's stacking. Like, he's dope at 29, and the fool at 46 still playing. So dating is hard, and it's not for the kid. And you know what? We're probably going to do an episode. Like, just the hardship. Like, dating is not for me. This whole dating scene, it's just not. I always say this about myself. I'm built for comfort, not for speed. Okay. Like I am made to be married, to be in a union with someone. I was just married to the wrong person. Like, but I know that my comfort, my happy place, I am the best version of myself in a union because I have that companion, that person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. And we push each other, love each other. We have all of that, that dynamic is there. I need that. I thrive off of that. This whole getting to know, going out on dates, and that it is fun in the beginning, but it's just like, this is not for the kid. Like, I'm built for comfort, not for speed. Like, I can't do the whole dating thing. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. It's like, I wish it could be where you meet a person, boom, we together, right? And then like, give it 2 weeks, we get engaged, give it like maybe 3-4 months, we get married, boom, that's it for the rest of your life. Like, that would be the perfect thing for me. Because this whole getting to know people, and like, it's even different now because of everything's online. So you have a whole bunch of people who are lying and perpetrating. And it's just, this dating scene now is just not for the kid. It's just not. And I'm not bowing out. I'm not saying I'm not dating, but it's hard. It's hard. And it's just like, I'm not a serial dater. I don't date 3 and 4 and 5 guys at a time. I am not Lori Harvey, nor will I ever be. Okay. I cannot jump from guy to guy. Like, I can't. Like, I can't. No, I can't. I don't have the bandwidth for that. Like, I don't have the bandwidth or the attention span to keep up with 3 different personalities. Like, I'm just not. It's just not the kid. Just not the kid. It's just not me. But the Lord has somebody for me. He has that man, that 6'5" tall, dark, handsome, broad shoulder, strong Buddha belly, loves the Lord, gonna love me. Like, he has that person for me. I know he does. And until my change comes, I'm gonna hold on to hope. And he may not be tall, dark, and handsome. He may be tall, white, and handsome. He may be tall, beige, or tan and handsome. Y'all don't know. But whosoever he is, I'm just going to get in a position to receive. That's it. Period, poo. And so on this topic of dating outside of your race, I would submit and conclude that you need to just be open to what God has for you. Don't put restrictions on yourself, because when you do that, you are putting restrictions and limitations on God, on a God that is so outside of the box that we try to stuff him in. And when we do that, we cut ourselves off from the blessing. So just be open. I understand the racial climate. I understand the political climate. I understand that this country was founded and based on racism. Okay. Despite what Kamala Harris says, it is what it is. In that, don't let society, the culture, dictate how and who you love or how and who you date. Be open to what God has because you do not know. And whatever he has will be the best thing for you. Why? Because his plans for you are always to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. So if you stand on those things, then you will have nothing but his best for you. Okay. So thank you guys for joining me in Dating in Dallas. I am so appreciative. Shout out to my Facebook family, my YouTube family, my Periscope family, my Instagram family, and my family in Modesto, California on My TV 26. This is Theanie Shannon with Dating in Dallas. I love you guys. See you next Tuesday and every Tuesday, 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on Dating in Dallas. Love y'all. Bye.